This is a quick introduction and 2-day status update on my AC zone control project. And what this is basically controlling the valves that divert airflow from my air handler in the attic. So there's, I believe, 10 butterfly valves that control airflow. It's a little bit more precise than using the vents, and you're not affecting the direction that the air is blowing by having to close the vent on the actual registers. So, wanted a way to do this automatically, tweaking it between summer and winter time as far as which room gets how much airflow. It sucks. And what inevitably happens is either the downstairs is too cold and the upstairs is too hot, or the vice versa, upstairs is too cold, downstairs is too hot. So to do that, I'm basically going to have Arduino Minis in the bedroom and various rooms in the house, and using an ES8266, they will talk to an Arduino Mega in the attic that will control 10 servos that will proportionately move the butterfly valves to increase or decrease airflow to each room when the thermostat is actually on. So I know nothing about programming, have never programmed anything other than a little bit of JavaScript and HTML, which is scripting, not programming. But anywho, this is not handwritten or anything like that. It's a lot of copy and pasting, tweaking around. So I am kind of learning. I think for 2 days, in 2 days I've learned quite a bit. But it is mainly just a lot of copy and paste and tweaking. So what's happening here is I'm using the smoothing effect to take an average temperature over a course of 20 measurements. And the reason is this analog thermistor, while it has proven to be very accurate, it's an analog input, so it's kind of noisy. So there's two variables, open temp and closed temp, and that's right now it's more of a binary effect. It'll either be open full blast or closed to 25% airflow. Not going to completely close off airflow, but 25% is very little. Ultimate goal is to obviously have the servo work proportionately based on how far between it is open temp and closed temp. And these numbers right here are just for testing purposes. So what happens right now is if I squeeze the thermistor, the valve will quote unquote open, allowing more airflow in the summer. To cool it down, it would be the opposite in the winter. Then as the temperature comes back down, the valve will close. So the smoothing effect works really well for averaging out the temperature. The update time is going to be much lower in real world use. This is more just for testing purposes. But yeah, this is what I've got so far after 2 days of just fooling around. It's not much, but it's a proof of concept for me to, say I'm going to keep going. I do want this to be automatic, but each room's Arduino Mini is going to have buttons to increase or decrease the temperature. Maybe, or I might use a potentiometer. I don't know. The other thing is being able to change. I already have the Honeywell Wi-Fi thermostat. It works great. I love it. But I want the zone control to be web-based and work with an Android app as well. Julian has a great video on the ESP8266, And basically what it allows is I could control or give input to the Arduino from basically a website, which I think this is using REST API maybe. So it would be very, very easy to work into a very basic Android app, web-based even. But I believe the 8266 has its own microcontroller built in, because that web server is actually running on that 8266. But it will inevitably be working with Arduino minis to talk to the Arduino Mega and provide temperature control for every room. So that's a basic overview of my project, and this is a day 2 status update / introduction.